Hello folks, welcome to SmartWeb Solution. Have you ever seen a scary 500 internet server error on your website? Don't worry, you are not alone, and this error can be frustrating, but the good news is it is flexible, and in this video I will guide you the steps on how to troubleshoot internal server error. Now before we dive in, if you're visiting this channel for the first time, subscribe to our page, hit on the bell and like our page so that you get to be notified as we upload new videos. Now the steps involved in troubleshooting internet server error. First we'll start with, if you are seeing this page with the error code 500 internet server error, as the error pops when you visit your website. So the first thing first to do is to refresh your page. Sometimes the error is temporary and does not it will go away after refreshing your device or after refreshing your browser. But if the error persists, then you need to clear your cookies and then your cache, of course. So clearing the cookies and the cache in your file browser can cause this issue to be cleared. After clearing them, and then you try reload the website again. The third thing to do if the issue persists after clearing your cache and cookies is to check your .htaccess file. How do we check the .htaccess file? Well, and we all know that a .htaccess file controls the server configuration, and of course a misconfiguration can trigger a 500 internal server error. Accessing it through the cPanel or the FTP, you have access to the .htaccess and then you rename your .htaccess. How do we do that? We simply log into our control panel, cPanel, as we have it on this screen. This is my control panel. Go to the file manager. On the file manager, you locate the public_html, that's the root directory. This is the root directory. I'm already on the root directory here, so you just try and locate your .htaccess file. This is the file. It is by default on the account or on the file manager after you have your installation and then your content uploaded. But if you cannot see the .htaccess, possibly it is hidden, so you need to unhide the hidden files. You click on these settings, then check on this box with web root, and also check on the box that says show hidden files and then click on save. So once you save it, the .htaccess, if it is hidden, it will come up. Then the next thing to do is to rename the .htaccess if you are having that error, 500 internal server error. To rename, you just right click on this page on the .htaccess, then click on this rename, and then you can rename it. Maybe you just add _bk. After adding the code _bk, then you click on rename file. So this file is going to be renamed, and then you have access to a new .htaccess file. So once this is done, then you can reload the page, enter your URL again. After entering the URL, you visit your website again. If it's still having that internal server error, then you need to check further and troubleshoot again. The next thing to do is to increase the PHP memory limit. How do you increase the PHP memory limit? There are two ways we can do that. We either use the .htaccess and then add our command line. The command line which says the php_value, then memory limit. You increase the memory limit from what you have currently to maybe 512 or 256 or anything higher, depending on the server configuration that support that on the PHP on the .htaccess. Or you can as well increase the memory limit on .ini, php.ini. So let's try and do that practical. We log into our control panel, which we have here. You go to the software segment where you have php.ini editor. yeah, this is multi-PHP in editor. So you click on that and then go to the configurations. Under the basic here, you select the location. You either select the domain name or the root depending on what you are trying to access. So let me select the domain name. So this is my memory limit. My memory limit on this account I have is 32. So we can increase the memory limit from what we have currently to maybe 512. 512 MB is the highest we can have on this server. So then you click on apply. After clicking on apply, then the memory limit is going to be increased from what you currently have to the new limit you assign to this account. So you try and assess the account again to see if the error persists. If it persists, then you need to check further. And what do we need to check? We check on our plugins and our themes. If you are using a WordPress or another CMS, a faulty plugin or a theme could be the issue to this particular problem or the particular error you're having on your website. So you need to disable all your plugins. By disabling the plugins, you have access to view the website without plugins, without any plugins. So once the website come up without the plugins, then you know the issue or the error is coming from the plugins. Then how do we disable the plugins? So we log into our control panel as usual. Then we go to the file manager. From the file manager, we access the plugin directory, which is wp-content. So we open this directory. We'll have the plugin there. So we can disable the entire plugin by changing the permission from 0755 to 000 and then save. Once we save this, we have successfully disabled all the plugins on this account. Then we'll try to view our website without the plugins. If the website is working, then we know for sure the error is coming from this plugin. So we now come back and then enable the plugin directory, then open the plugin folder. We enable it by changing the permission from 00 to 0755 and then open the plugin folder and disable the plugins one after the other until you have the exact plugin that is causing the error. And after doing this, if the error still persists, then you need to check further by enabling the error log. So you check the error log from your account. You log into the file manager. From the file manager here, then you check on the error log. So let's check the error log and see what the error log is saying. You go to the root directory, that's the public_html, and then view the error log. This is our error log here. So after you view the error log will be detailed about what the error you are currently having on your website. So you just check the date. You scroll down to the bottom line of the page, check the date. If it is the current date you are having the error, then read the error that is there. It depends on what error you are having, but if it is internal server error, I'm sure it will not pass any of the steps we've mentioned above. So once we read the error, we'll be able to know where exactly the error is coming from. So we just go to that particular log and then do the needful by either correcting our codes or disabling a certain folder or disabling a certain plugin or a theme, as the case may be. Thank you for your time and thank you for listening. If you are having any comments or question, you can drop it on the comment section. Till we see on another episode. See you another time. Thank you.